Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am Ace and I have more Tera gameplay here for you. As you can see, I am playing as a human female priest because I did have a request to play a healing class. So let's dive right in. As you can see on the top left corner, I'm not starting at the exact starting point I have started so far as with every single other class. So yeah, let's just continue where we left off. I know these videos tend to be a little bit longer, or are a little bit longer than my, let's say, my Team Fortress 2 videos. So before you jump away to, to the actual gameplay, I just want to show you guys the dancing animation, because one of the most important parts of any character in an MMO is of course the dance animation. And that's the dancing animation for you. Right, as you can see, I already have some skills on my skill bar, or my action bar, depending on how you like. Just gonna real quickly cover them, as well as the human racials, like I cover in every video. Well, let's see, it's basically the way that I see the human race is as a PvP race. Because first of all, they have like this, like almost how do you call that? Like a special ability to free themselves in PvP situations, as well as a pure PvP racial, like they take less damage from other people. And of course, crafting racial, as you usually see as well. Same thing. That's actually a racial that looks alike, if you compare it to the elves, the high elves that is. But this one is with healing instead of mana. And you see the left click and the right click? Those two are the actual skills you start off with when you create a priest. Well, the left click is of course just a basic auto attack. Nothing real special that. And the right click, your defensive move usually in most cases for most classes, is a heal. Purely a self heal. You can't heal other people with it. I have still have to get a heal that is actually based for other people. But when I start covering higher level content, I will try to get a class going that actually has a healing spell and show you guys how that works. So let's do some combat, shall we? Let's see what I actually have to do, because I'm a little bit further than what I usually do. So just move to that position right there. So yeah, if you are just purely looking here for combat, then I suggest you look further into the video. And if you are here purely to hear me speak about my first impressions of the priest class and the game, and just, hear me talk about the thoughts I'm having while I'm playing this game, then stick around. Otherwise, I'll see you in a further part of this video. So it's almost interactive, almost like I'm actually talking to you. Was that believable? No? Alright, then let's just ignore everything I just said.
Honor for you.
Let's continue. Okay. See, as you can see here, basically the healing, the way that I can see the healing right now, and don't quote me on this, like I said, I still have to cover high level content, which I do not have, which I have not done yet, because that's pretty much impossible, because all the characters that I had were wiped, unfortunately, because they are officially now in closed beta. But as you can see, when you are reading the skills, this is like an AoE, like a two-person heal, depending on who is in range, and this is like a cone. So even the healing system is a targeted system, at least as far as I can tell right now. Yeah, as I can tell, it's pretty much targeted healing. Like literally, you have to target your mouse with that cone spell to heal the people in front of you, and or just they have to be around you. So healing in this game is actually quite interactive and actually has a higher skill cap than what you expect in other games. So it's almost the equivalent of just combat. Because a lot of, one of the reasons that people don't play healers, at least in my opinion, the reason why I would not play a healer, that's probably a better way to put it, is that healing doesn't satisfy me as a gamer. It's of course it's a very important role, and when I play other games I do sometimes also play healers because it's just required, otherwise, well, you're gonna have a severe disadvantage, right? But it never felt like I was actually doing stuff. I was always just standing still, and that was, hitting buttons, that was pretty much it. As far as I can tell so far, you actually have to move, make sure that you position yourself correctly. It's almost like fighting, you're just targeting your allies, in a literal way, without just hovering your mouse over their nameplates and call it a day, right? So compared to like a regular or a normal MMO, it most likely will feel a little bit more interactive, and I think that's a very important thing to get people more interested in healing. At least that's what I think. So if that's in fact the case, and like I said, don't quote me on that, it's going to be very interesting to see how that works out. And as you can see, I already did it. Well, my skill 2. Let's just cover those real quick. Like mana infusion is like similar, if not the exact same as the sorcerer. You click it. It's like a little cast time, and the cooldown on the buff itself, or the cooldown on the spell itself, is shorter than the buff. So in theory, you can keep it up permanently, if you wish to do so. And this is just a front cone attack, which I guess is to get you used to cone attacks, which is of course an AoE attack. Quite nice. Does hurt quite a bit. So that's quite nice to see. Anyway, just before I drift off into madness, let's just find some more claws. That's a lancer getting knocked down. That's funny to see, actually. And just to point out that there's no auto loot that I have seen so far. I've checked the settings, the global settings to this, and I couldn't find anything remotely related to auto loot. But I do spam the F button, which is the default button for auto looting, or just for looting an item. So if you think there's like auto loot going on, this is not the case. I'm just spamming a button really quickly to pick everything up. And with that said, let me see if I actually picked up something better than I'm currently wearing. That's better. That isn't. That also isn't, so. Just gloves, apparently. Or what was it? What are gloves? Sleeves. I could be wrong, the frontal cone attack seems to hit multiple times if you're really close. Let's see if that's true. It does seem so. It actually hits multiple times, so if you're really close to an enemy, you can actually hit them 2 times is the max, I believe. Yeah. At this skill level, I'm not sure if that changes. Oh no, that's the wrong spell. Ah, didn't hit me. I am actually really excited by this combat system. I really enjoy it. It's, yeah, a little fairy tale. They have a guild named Fairy Tale. Anyone familiar with that? No? It's one of the shows I actually watch. Or read, let me rephrase it, I read it. I don't watch it anymore.
Hope won't fill this stomach.
Boom, level 4, so let's get that next spell.
Breathe, child, breathe.
Triple Nemesis. Oh wait, did I get
Another
something
day,
else?
another misguided you.
Oh no, it's level 6. Just directly move to that point. Wait, no, that's the... already have that spell. Alright, let's see how it works. Triple Nemesis. It doesn't really feel like it really hurts people, but I could be wrong. Let's see if I'm doing it right. Apparently you have to spam it, so it's an AoE that you have to spam it? Or? Oh, a target, no, it's a single target, just 3 bursts. Oh, yeah, if you really spam it really quick, you have like a combinations of, like a certain combo, as you just could see. So let me see if I can actually do it on a single target. Probably a little bit better than getting covered in AoE stuff. As you can see, an auto attack just does 50, and that skill, if you combo it right, does a lot more damage. That's a sorcerer, by the way, a Castanic sorcerer. Anyway, before I forget, if you have any questions or any suggestions or any requests, which is probably the most important part, requests, let me know, because I will just continue to get more classes going. I want to cover them all, of course, for an obvious reason. Oh. Nope, don't hit me! So if you want to see a specific class, let me know on my Facebook, link will be below, or on this video. And if there are multiple requests, I will just take the class that will be requested the most. But before you do, make sure that I haven't covered it yet. I will put a link in at the beginning of this video or at the end of this video and in the description bar to the playlist. So I can just see if I haven't covered the class yet. If I have not covered it yet, just make sure that you make a request out, and I'll just see if I can prioritize it. Otherwise I'll just, go off the list, and if nothing changes, then most likely the next one will be the warrior. I think so. I believe that's the very first class you can actually pick. And I'll go from there. Right, let's kill another one. Okay, that was awkward. Oh, perhaps a little fun fact. Did you know that my Berserker video, the very first Tera video I did, has the most views on my whole channel? 4K plus I actually crossed, so that's a whole new milestone for me, so yeah, quite nice. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue moving up here, just getting one more kill. Oh no, she's mine. Go. I picked up a campfire. That's gonna be hot. Oh. That's a female Ammon Lancer, I believe. Ammons are usually the best tanks as far as I have seen, due to their racial passives. And they also look very sturdy. So that kind of makes sense. As well as the, what's their name, like the gigantic stone creatures, like the giants. Another Lancer. which is also one of the classes I still have to cover at this moment in time. So
You must need
actually
help.
looking forward to the Lancer because those are the pure tank classes, I believe.
We're all in this together, eh?
And that's a cute Alan. Their animations are pretty awesome, I have to say. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let's see what he has to say real quick. Oh wait, I have to follow him? Ah! Right, perhaps this was not the end of it. Somebody is in distress, people. Where do we have to go? Harold, wait! Harold! No! I walk so slow. I want to buy a flying mount. No, I don't actually want a flying mount. A teleport spell would be nice. I use magic. Where's this damsel in distress?
Not much for chit-chat.
Really, Harold? You're just gonna stand there?
Ready for action.
Oh wait, what is happening? Oh,
Head
cutscene.
west and look for piglings clustered around a stand of trees. Vekas the Wicked has a thing for piglings, I guess. Let him pick on something his own size.
Ooh, ow.
Or at least something that's not a pig.
I guess that's like the first kind of boss fight.
Welcome.
Anyway, so there's actual cutscenes to quests as well. That's kind of nice to know. Anyway, this in fact is the end of this video. If you liked it, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos, make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you have any requests, like I said, let me know and I'll try to look into it and possibly make a video for you out of it. Or, you know, for everyone, of course. And all I can say right now is, guys, have a nice weekend and I will catch you guys in my next video. Yeah. See ya.